hi to our good buddy, son of Detroit, Kid Rock, everybody. What's up, brother?
Where that button at?
Yeah, exactly.
What happened to it?
We lost the strippers, but we gained a nice red couch.
Well,
plenty of room.
That was a good trade.
Yeah, right. I have to apologize, I think, because I know you're running around doing press for the new record, which is great. It's been getting great reviews, called Kid Rock, which we'll talk about. But I heard you on Howard this morning's giving you a hard time about our friendship.
He starts on you and me as soon as I get on the show.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Oh, he was just being a bitch.
I have to listen. I mean, Bob and I have been friends for quite some time, and then I read like this Stuff magazine, which I don't have the article out here, but it was like, in 20 seconds, tell us why you're friends with the douchebag Carson Daly. I'm starting to believe this. I think I might be bringing your career down. I want to apologize, and if you want to not be friends anymore, we can stop.
Cut it out. Cut it out. You know we're boys, always been boys.
Well, I'm sorry I have to put up with that.
I don't even want to answer this. I'm like, forget them. Well,
listen, I mean, when you're not around, I'm hanging out with Clay Aiken, and they're doing the same thing to me.
You're hanging out with Clay Aiken.
No, you're right, I'm not.
Okay, good. Whew, man.
I ain't seen you in a while. How's Junior? How old's Junior now, 10?
10. Got the progress report. Not good.
What, the report card?
Yeah, well, first it was the progress report. Went and had a conference with his teacher, and, you know, we're going to straighten this boy up. It was just me and him. We had kind of a transition this year with my sister, who's helped me with him for many years, God bless her, has kind of moved on in her life, and now I have another lady that's helping me out, and we switched to a public school, and it was just me and him like the first 6 weeks, so it's all good. You know, I'm getting up in the mornings, we're making lunches, and, you know, doing his homework at night. I think everything's fine. The progress report comes on, it's like D's, like, whoosh, straight across the board.
Wait, were you helping him out with his homework? That's probably why.
Well, he's getting it done, you know. So I'm looking at him. I go, what the hell happened? I go, what's wrong? You know, everything's hunky dory at home. And so I go with the teacher and I go, what's going on in here? You know, something's going on in classroom. You should call home and let the parents know. And he's, Mr. Ritchie, have you ever seen this blue notice? I'm like, no, I haven't seen that blue notice.
What was it?
This is what we send home when the kids don't turn in their homework or have a bad assignment or put their name on a piece of paper.
Right, so what's Junior doing with it?
Chucking them on the way home.
He's 10.
Yeah.
Does this worry you, these sort of tendencies, so young?
Ah, man, I see it coming. We're sitting down there, then we have another conference where we're sitting there.
Wait, first of all, what's it like when Kid Rock comes into a parent-teacher conference? The teacher's like, well, maybe some of the troubles are coming from you, Dad. Which isn't true, because you're a great father, but, you know, you take that stuff serious. Do they...
I wouldn't be airing my laundry either if this wasn't on so late. I know we couldn't see it, so
Right.
That's the only reason I'm talking about this now. It's kind of a good story, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it, but... So it's just kind of, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's funny in one sense, and it's serious as a parent at the other, because, you know, the teacher's like, you know, sitting there, what's wrong? He's like, well, Junior just won't, or Bobby Jr. just won't apply himself. I'm like... And it sounds like the exact same thing they said to me every year in school with my parents. You know, he's capable of doing the work, he just won't apply himself.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Right.
You know? He's just brought it right back on me. So
it's funny, every time I talk to you about Junior, you know, we talk about, you know, Christmas and what you're going to get him or where he's at. And he's so young, but he's getting to that age now, at 10, where, like, you're starting to deal with grades. Next, it's going to be girls. Have you thought about having the talk with them about the birds and the bees?
No, we already had that.
You had that already?
Yeah, we had that last year.
You're kidding, when he was 9?
Yeah. I have friends who had it with their daughters when they were 7. I'm like, what?
You're kidding me?
Yeah.
He was not. What did you tell your son about where babies come from? Did you sing it in a song?
Well, I'll tell you what, though, they got these funny-ass books at Borders, if you go there and you know...
Did you go shopping to, like, looking for an aid on how to tell him?
Hair in funny places.
Really?
Yeah, they got this other book, and...
It's like before he goes to bed, come on, Junior, I'm going to read you a story.
No, we sat down, we got some Taco Bell, sat down, I cracked open a beer, and I just started talking, you know, openly. I was more embarrassed than him. He's just laughing all the time, like, you know, I'd be like, you know, and then you take it, you're like... He's like cracking up, and I'm like, no, pay attention.
This is serious.
But the funniest thing was, he goes, at this one point, he goes, what, Dad, what if it doesn't fit? And I'm like, and you know, Uncle
whoa, slow down. So what does he mean, what if it doesn't fit?
You know what I'm talking
No, I have no idea, actually. What'd you say?
So I immediately spat off without thinking, because Cracker, Uncle Cracker, my best friend, he's always got this saying that he spats out on the tour bus. So I spat it out without thinking. I go, son, your Uncle Cracker says it may be small, but it fits them all. And the kid looks at me, he's like, huh? And I go, wait a second. I go, no, wait, scratch that.
Wrong
Let's
thing.
start again. And we eventually got through it, and it worked out.
That's funny. A lot to mention. I want to mention that I'm surprised, finally performed at the Grand Ole Opry in the tribute for Johnny Cash. Tell me how that was. I know that was probably a really big deal for you.
Got to be in the presence of so many great players in a place with so much history. I'm sure it's equal to playing the Apollo Theater in New York City or something. And for my love of country music, to be in there all of a sudden with a guitar singing 2 Johnny Cash songs was a little intimidating. I was completely nervous, and I broke a guitar string, and I still held it together and sang the 2 songs. And at the end of it, people stood up out of their seats, man. It was one of the most incredible feelings of my life, I think.
Right.
It was great.
Explain this quote to me as we're talking about country music and this particular record, and it's great. I mean, you jump genres a little bit. It's different from your other work, but it's equally as credible across the board. You said this. You said, there hasn't been any hip-hop that's excited me in a long time that's made me want to, turn my hat backwards. Yeah. Is it that lack of hip-hop more recently that has sort of sent you down a little bit more of the songwriting country music avenue?
I don't know if it's so much that, and it might be my own fault for not searching for it. I haven't really been looking for it like I was as a kid so much. I've really been into melody and into learning different things on my guitar and my pianos and different instruments lying around the house. So it's probably some of my own fault because I just haven't really been searching for it. I'm sure there's lots of great stuff out there. But for some reason, I've just kind of been off doing something different for a minute. It keeps the music exciting for me and hopefully, gives me growth with the music and maybe my audience will grow with me. But hip-hop's always my first love and it'll always be prevalent in anything I do. So,
right.
I'm just rambling. I forgot what I'm talking about.
No, you're good. That's good. I'm going to show the clip in the very beginning of Feel Like Making Love, the video, which has you flash forward to 2055. Oh, yeah. Where did you get that idea from?
I had a nightmare about it one night. I'm like, God, what if I still have to go out and play when I'm 65 and I stay on this route I'm on? I'm going to have a beer, got to be bald with my hair taped to the inside of my hat, flipping it on with my American flag guitar on the stage.
And we have what that would look like. It's at the beginning of the rock video. Feels Like Making Love. Take a look.
I'm ready to rock.
There you are. And listen, at that reunion, and that was you, flash forward, I had the same dream about myself about the same time.
Let me see it.
And I was doing the same old crap too. Roll me down in 2055.
My question for you, Rock, is what the hell does bar with the bang, diggy, 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 bong, bounce, dip, bop, dip, diggy? What the does that mean?
That was me. We have a full frame. Look, check out my beer gut I got going on here.
You got a broad.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. There you go.
That's some good stuff going on.
I want to take that on the road.
It's just crazy that you're airing a special on VH1. Are we getting that old already?
Yeah, I know. I think
I've
so.
been in MTV and I don't remember how long, and you're having specials on VH1.
It's time to move on, Carson.
A Kid Rock Christmas. What were your Christmases like in Detroit?
It's a Christmas special. It's going to be like Andy Williams. Sort of.
What was Christmas like in your house, and how did it differ from the lavish gifts you can afford to give your son now?
It was all good. My dad had a car dealership. It wasn't like I grew up in the middle of the ghetto or anything. So everything was pretty good growing up. But it's different. What's really different, as sad as it might sound, is having to rotate with Junior's mom every other year, getting Christmas one year and not having them the next. And you don't realize how fast that goes by until you skip a year in between.
Right, like last year.
Yeah, like last year didn't have them. I'll have them this year. But that all of a sudden it's 5, 6, 7, 8, and they all of a sudden know about know that Santa, the whole thing.
Right.
And it's gone. It's done. And you're like, damn, what happened?
It's funny that your son...
Now I'm on VH1.
Right. It's funny that your son still believes in Santa, but knows all about sex. That's sort of a weird thing, but only in the Kid Rock household. Are you going to hang out for a bit?
Yes,
You know
sir.
Robert Bradley's on tonight.
I know. It's my ace from Detroit,
It's
way
a hell
back.
of a booking we got going. More with Kid Rock, the music of Robert Bradley. When we get back, Jenna Elfman will be here right after this. Hanging out out. Robert Bradley coming out in just a little bit. You remember our next guest is Dharma from Dharma and Greg. Now she's starring in the new movie Looney Tunes Back in Action. Say hi to Jenna Elfman. Jenna?